Hey guys, what's up? Wanted to do this video because I'm getting ready to take this thing apart. What I'm going to try to do is pause the video, explain, do what I'm going to do, and then pause the video. So, I've got, what we've got is, got some gold hydraulic brakes, some aftermarket shocks. I got some razor shocks we might try. With some bushings, but we want to try to get these on here. Upgraded rotors. These rotors are blue sunshine kit. Got them from Amazon, like 28 bucks. This rotor is a 160 millimeter rotor. The ones that come on the bike are 140, so it's a upgrade. They go to 2 millimeters. Stock ones are 3 millimeter, so you can't run those. You can't run those stock calipers with those. If you tighten them down, I guess you could, but they come with calipers, they come with cables, and they come with the rotors for like 30 bucks. And then I got these. These are Zoom hydraulic. Got these off of eBay. I think they were $60. I think these forks were $50 off eBay. You have to get a longer bolt and stuff. We're going to see if they fit. If they do, we'll do a video how they did. If not, we have these backup. These are from RSF650. We know they'll fit with the brake. We're going to try to get the brake on here. We might have to modify the caliper mount. But if not, we'll see. With the hydro, a rear might be enough for a minute. So we're going to start by taking the front end off. We're going to take some parts off. Brakes come off. These are, there's two 5 millimeter hex head on both of them. That's how you get the caliper off. You got to get the wheel off to change out the rotor. So there's a 14 millimeter and a 17 millimeter, I believe, one side, and the other's the other side. This cover, there's two screws right here, and there's one here, and underneath, and that comes off. Both those come off. You have to pop these black covers out of the gas tank to get the gas tank out. There'll be some screws holding the gas tank down. Once you take that cover off, you have to take this off. It just pops off. Front fender, just two screws, both sides. They're Phillips. If it's not a screw, everything is metric. Mostly 5 millimeter. But bigger bolts are like 6. Some that go through like swing arm, I think those are 10. But all these, like all your sprockets and stuff, all that's 4 and 5. So it's all metric. Yeah, your bolts are metric as well. The lengths, the measurements of them, and the wrenches, you need to take them off. So we're going to take this thing apart, and then we'll get back and see if this works. Okay, so we have the front plastics off. We got the windscreen off. Got the fender off. What we need to do, what I like to do, is I'll go ahead and disconnect the brake cables right here, 5 millimeter. Loosen that up and the cable come loose. Then I'll take my calipers off. If you try to drop the wheel out with the rotor inside the caliper still, and if the wheel, cocks sideways a little bit, you start binding in your caliper, and that's not good. So it's better just to take it off. So we're going to do that. Grips, I have lock on grips, so these are, I think, 4 millimeter. So just unscrew those. The grips come off. The brake levers are 5 millimeter. They slide right off once you do it. The thumb throttle has one Allen screw. I think it's a 4 millimeter. So all that will come off the handlebars. And then we'll take those out. I think those are 6. So we'll get on to that. Alright, I wanted to show you what it looked like keeping the plastic on the one side, and then how much room and what all goes inside. So my controller is mounted on the crossbars with the battery in the tank and the power cord coming out of the tank and plugs into the controller right here. And then off of the controller there is a bunch of wiring. Well, not a bunch, I mean there's 3 connectors, and each connector does various things. One's a throttle. Here's a throttle plug that goes in. There's a throttle plug. There's a plug for your Hall sensors off your motor, and then there's one wire that goes up to my switch that turns it on and off. So that's what's inside of the plastics. I'll go ahead and I had to undo this so I can unplug my throttle. Plus, it's always good unplug your bike. First thing you do when you start working on it, unplug it. So wanted to show you that. Okay, guys. Once you get these plastic pieces here in the tank, you have to get those out to get the tank out. They just groove in there. You just have to get your, I just use a small tip screwdriver and you pop them out. You have to do that to get the tank out. There are 1, 2, and then on the other side two screws. So 4 total screws. You have to take those out. Once you take those out, then your tank should just lift right out. I only got one hand, so your tank should lift out. As I've got my battery in mine, so I'm gonna set that down. My battery is in there. So here's the bike without the tank. It's just a controller, motor. Cool thing about my battery, the way I have it wired, I'm using the stock charge port. So just swing that open, you got your charge port. I'm using the stock on-off switch, and I got my voltmeter in there along with my battery. So when I turn on my switch, my voltmeter comes on. It's not plugged in. That gas tank's all. So make sure you close up. Self-contained battery on its own. So it's insulated inside there. You can see the foam through the holes, so that way the plastics don't puncture. The bars, inch and 7/8 BMX bars. Got them off of Amazon. Those are the plastic. See, lock-on grips. I like them because you can get them on and off there. If you get the ones that slide on the rubber, sometimes you gotta cut them off and then you don't have a grip. So I use lock-on. And let me say a disclaimer about this. I wire things the way I wire things. I have a little bit of knowledge, not a great immense amount. I'm not recommending you do it the way I do it, but I've done it this way, and I've done it this way in the past, and we learn. But so far, I've not blown myself up or anyone else. So just want to show you the bike like this. It's good to learn from pictures and videos and stuff. So now we're gonna drop out the front wheel, and we gotta loosen these just a tad, and then this headboard will come out and that top plate will come off. So that's what we're gonna do next. So when you take your front wheel off, your rotor is on the wheel. That was, and be careful of that, that was a bearing and a sleeve. There's a metal sleeve for your axle that goes in the wheel. Oh, see my other bearing come out. And then there's a bearing there. We'll talk about that. That's why I wanted to get in here. The axle bolt, it's a bolt, so it goes through there. There's a washer on that side. There's a, I guess a bronze sleeve collar. It's not bronze, it's a collar. Here's another collar. Bushings, I guess you call them. And then inside of here is a washer and then a nut. So that's the assembly. The wheel goes between, and your bearing goes in there. So that's that assembly. I wanted to show that. It's helpful to see pictures and videos. This is the sleeve and the bearing goes in. Sleeve goes in, bearing goes in. No big deal. I like to just use. I've done them so much. I know what goes where. Keep stuff together. Bag it, tag it. That way you know how it goes back together. Obviously, we're already messing with a bunch of aftermarket parts here, but you know, just they come apart. It's metric. Or keep track of stuff. Okay. Oh, another thing. That front wheel weighs a lot. He took the handlebars off. He took all that. Took the battery out. So it's very back heavy. Make sure you're balanced that way when you pull that wheel out, or your bike will fall off or whatever it's sitting on. Disclaimer. So that's what we're looking to do. Let's put those forks on here. You have to order longer bolts. There's just temp in there. You gotta get a longer axle because these are thicker than what's on the stock Razor axle. So you need a new axle and you need a new head tube because this is thicker and that's thicker than what's on there. You'll need to probably make your own spacers. We'll get there. I've got a few options. Maybe put a bearing in there, put a fatter bearing. They're easy to find. So that's the look we're looking for. Go with those forks, with those calipers on it. And we'll see. Stay tuned.